I, 45-year-old female, and my husband, 46-year-old male, have been together for 21 years and married for 15 years. We have a handful of beautiful children, and for the most part have a very happy marriage and life together. We are about to move into our dream home. It has enough space for all of us to have our own bedrooms, and I have asked that my husband and I move into separate bedrooms when we move there. My husband is very offended by this request. But the thing is, my husband is a snorer. A terrible, terrible snorer. He also has sleep apnea, and I just do not get any sleep. It is so loud, I honestly don't think I can go on like this anymore. I'm so tired. It's been decades. I've tried earplugs. I've bought a headband with music-playing headphones. He's even had surgery to try and fix it. But the nights I sleep the best are the nights he works, and it's a huge noticeable difference when he's back. I don't want to upset him. I just feel so much happier and healthier and less stressed when I get a good night's sleep, and those nights are the nights when he's not in the bed. I don't want to upset him, but I really, really want my own space. He thinks this is me taking the first step of leaving him. But it is genuinely me wanting regular, consistent sleep patterns. So am I the idiot? Do married people really need to share a bed? Edit. Just to answer a couple of questions. 1. He is in the process of sleep studies for the sleep apnea. He previously had a polyp removal, which helped for a short period of time, and then a full UPPP surgery that also helped for a period of time. It tends to revert back though, so we are now exploring possible revision of the polyps and getting sleep studies done for sleep apnea. He has had sleep studies done in the past, but those said he didn't have sleep apnea, so we went down surgical routes, but I'm certain he has it, so we are exploring that now again. Living fairly remotely means that getting in to see doctors and specialists takes time. He can't see an ENT until mid-next year. It's crazy, I know. 2. I have definitely explained to him the reasons behind wanting separate rooms. He is also a shift worker, so our sleep schedules are often very different. He gets up at 3:30 a.m. to leave some mornings, and other days he's returning home at 6 a.m. The mornings he comes home at 6 a.m., I'm expected to vacate the bedroom when he goes to bed, so I don't disturb him, as the children will often come in and out for cuddles and chats and whatnot. This is especially difficult on weekends, as I do enjoy a good sleep in, and the kids are old enough to let me do that. I am not a morning person, so I don't care for this option. I hope that helps a bit. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. It's a brilliant idea. But be delicate so it doesn't sound like rejection. But honestly, as you age, being able to protect quality sleep is a big part of avoiding dementia. And think how sexy your date nights will be. If you establish that your love and commitment will not wane, you should definitely pitch it. This could be thrilling. A time of growth and expansion into who you really are at this point in life. Each of you, finding yourselves, your own sleep patterns, your interests, and then coming together to share what you learned, sounds like an ideal marriage to me. Good luck. The dementia risks of poor sleep are real and well documented, and it sounds like a fun thing you can use to reconnect to each other. Comment 2. You are not the idiot here, but need to acknowledge his position and talk about the situation. Your perspective is totally reasonable, but it's also reasonable for him to feel unsettled about it. It's important to have a dialogue about how this will affect your relationship, what things you could do to ensure it doesn't have a negative impact on your romantic relationship, and keep communication open. There are spouses who have strong relationships and sleep separately, but there are also times where it's a sign something isn't working, so it's important to talk it out. Comment 3. Not the idiot, my dad is the biggest snorer in the entire world and my mom is the lightest sleeper ever. My mom usually sleeps on the couch to avoid him. They get on well and they have a 21-year-old marriage. Health is important, you know. I think he will understand when you say you have trouble sleeping and less stamina because of that. Now, for the next story. Hi everyone. Throwaway account. I, 20-year-old female, am wrapping up working at a summer camp this week. We have a giant pile of wood chips. On the second to last day, one of the girls at the camp, 6-year-old female, jumped straight into the pile right as camp was ending. She got lots of splinters and then started crying. Her mom showed up to get her, and my coworkers and I explained the situation. Her jaw dropped as she stood there yelling at my other coworker, Margaret, 21-year-old female, who was busy doing first aid as the girl sat in a chair. She then turned to the other coworkers and yelled, "That's an open invitation for a kid." We told her that, first of all, we didn't put it there, and second, her daughter is the first kid we've ever had jump full body into the pile of wood chips. She then stands there mortified and continues screaming that it's an open invitation. I retorted back, "Well, it's not our fault your kid wasn't using her brain." The mom got furious, grabbed her daughter, and left. I went to my boss, and my boss told me it was nothing to worry about. Am I the idiot? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Maybe it's the fact I'm from Montana, and well, when you're a kid, you just do dumb stuff, and when I did dumb stuff at camp, my mom would always back up the counselors and ask, "What did you think was going to happen?" When you're at camp, wood chips can be out for animals or cooking. Kids learn. YNTA. The mom's going to enable her daughter if she can't figure out that things are going to hurt her on her own. As long as she's not running into traffic, you're doing your job to the best of your ability. Kids get hurt at camp. It happens. All the people saying, "You're the idiot," are probably enabling parents who would wrap their kid in bubble wrap if they could. When you're watching a group of kids, accidents happen from fighting to sneaking off. It's a few splinters, not life-threatening injuries. Mom should have asked her daughter why she did that, not blaming you. It could have been a great teaching moment. Comment 2. Everyone sucks here. Why was there a giant pile of wood chips? Like seriously, kids will jump into giant piles of anything, leaves, ball pits, those weird foam block thingies. Plus, a lot of older playgrounds that predate the modern safety rubber stuff use wood chips mulch as flooring. It makes perfect sense to a 6-year-old child's brain that a wood chip pile would be fun to jump in. Frankly, if you stood there going, "Well, I didn't put it there," aka the most useless response possible to a crying child, I would have probably hollered at you too. Comment 3. Seems pretty negligent on the camp's part not to have that cleaned up. Yeah, kids are stupid. But she's also the mother of a camper. I think it's pretty much expected she'd be pissed off her kid was injured under your care. You're the idiot. Now, for the next story. My sister-in-law is expecting her first baby at the end of this month. I have 3 kids. My youngest just turned 1, so I have a lot of baby stuff, baby swing, clothes, toys, etc., that we don't need anymore. Instead of donating them, I thought it would be nice to let my sister-in-law and her wife look at them before. I brought them over and they picked out what they needed, and my sister-in-law immediately put it in the washing machine. I'm a very clean person, and all of the baby stuff was clean, so I confronted my sister-in-law. I asked her why she needed to clean my stuff if it wasn't dirty, and she knows I'm not dirty. My sister-in-law said that she's cleaning everything and named a long list of things she's clean for the baby, sterilized all bottles and pacifiers, washed all blankets, clothes, etc. I told my sister-in-law that it's pretty stupid to wash everything because what if she wants to take something back, and it's not like cleaning everything in her house is going to make her prepared for her baby. Nothing prepares you for your first. My sister-in-law took this as me being mean, but I was trying to be helpful. She should enjoy her last few weeks of pregnancy instead of cleaning everything. My sister-in-law's wife told me that we are allowed to do things differently with our children. I pointed out to them that they've never had children, so she's going to feel silly for doing. I also told them that when I was pregnant with my first, I didn't want to listen to anyone, and I regretted it later. They will too. My sister-in-law made it seem like I was being an AH, but I don't see it. Am I the idiot? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. You're the idiot. Your baby stuff needed a wash even if it was clean when you put it away. It doesn't hurt to freshen things up, even if they were still clean. Why is this something you chose to fuss at her about? Cleaning everything in her house will sure make those first few days, weeks out of the hospital easier for her. Also, cleaning can be considered nesting behavior. Many pregnant women nest before giving birth. A quick Google search will show this urge to clean and organize is known as nesting. Nesting during pregnancy is the overwhelming desire to get your home ready for your new baby. The nesting instinct is strongest in the later weeks coming upon delivery. There is nothing wrong with what your sister-in-law is doing. It's perfectly normal. Put your jealousy away and let her enjoy her remaining pregnancy. Comment 2. You're the idiot. Does her choosing to wash her baby gear hurt you? The tone of your post seems a little condescending towards her. You might have experience from having your kids, but if whatever she is doing has no impact on you, I don't see why you need to comment on it. Did it occur to you that she might enjoy cleaning? Could that be her way of prepping for her baby's arrival? Comment 3. You're the idiot. Seems like you immediately took her washing your stuff as a passive-aggressive comment on your cleanliness, and then went reaching for reasons to justify yourself instead of just backing off and letting it go. She's a first-time mom, and you're calling her stupid and telling her that she's doing everything wrong. Back the hell off. Now, for the next story. My daughter is 9 years old in Blasian. We live in a pretty diverse area with a good mixture of different ethnicities. My daughter has been having problems with one specific girl in her class bullying her. My daughter told me that the girl would repeatedly make fun of how she looks and make really nasty remarks towards her regarding her appearance. I've tried to report this to the school, plan meetings with the teacher and the girl, but when we did have the meeting, the mom brushed everything off. I see where the daughter got it from, and the school just gave the kid a verbal warning that did absolutely nothing. The other day, I overheard my daughter crying in her room. She was FaceTiming her friend who had that brat over at her house, and over the call, the girl started calling my daughter the N-word. I comforted my daughter behind the camera but began recording the girl harassing my daughter. I was able to get a 3-minute video and hung up the call. I also decided to look at what she was sending my daughter. This was over Roblox, and it was a bunch of censored slurs, which I also took screenshots of. Most of the parents of my daughter's class were in a group chat, so I decided to individually send all of them the video and screenshots. Well, who would have known that other black and brown parents wouldn't want their children around a brat that speaks like a grand wizard and her mother who enables it? A good chunk of the kids in the class began ignoring and distancing themselves from that girl, as well as the parents not speaking to her mother. Eventually, her mom found out. I sent the videos and told me I was bullying a child for being a child and making innocent mistakes, even though she knew her kid was an issue and didn't do anything to discipline her. Am I the idiot? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. OP when the bully's mother refused to take responsibility, nor refused the child to take responsibility, then it showed you the apple didn't fall far from the tree. You did what you had to do to protect your child and let the other parents know what she was potentially doing to their children as well. Kudos to you for sticking up for her. Comment 2. Not the idiot. What were the other options at this point? You spoke to the school. You tried speaking to the parent. What are the other options that everyone keeps talking about? You hear terrible stories about kids being bullied. Good thing this ended before your daughter has real self-esteem issues. Comment 3. I'd say, not the idiot. That's terrible. She faces such bullying. Take the screenshots to the school and have another meeting. You did message them privately and not in a group chat, which is good. Now, for the next story. I actually feel like this is a possibly stupid question, but my friend group is split over this, and I need an unbiased opinion. I, 26-year-old female, have a friend who is 25 years old and is currently on a health kick. All she talks about is how nasty some food is, how processed food is bad, etc. Okay, not really the biggest problem ever, but it gets annoying. My apartment is pretty much the main hangout spot for our friend group. Ages range from 24, 26, and I pretty much feed everybody who comes over. We often hang out in a big group, and I cook for everyone, and then they Venmo me after. They also occasionally come over separately, or just a few of us will hang out. Everyone generally gets fed in those situations too. This is where the problem starts. My friend has now started talking about the process of food being cooked. This completely turns pretty much everyone off of eating, but she claims I'm just trying to make you more aware of how our food gets to the table. Just over 3 weeks ago, I made pigs in blankets, hot dogs wrapped in bacon, and after she took a bite, she started talking about how sad the person who butchered the pig must feel, and about all the blood and veins in the pig and stuff like that. Almost everybody, except one of my friends who just doesn't listen anymore when she talks, pushed away their food and was done with it. She still ate. My main problem was that she says all of this, but is not vegan or vegetarian. She just seems to either like to ruin our meals or she's on some kind of empty activism kick. I made the decision not to feed her anymore when she comes over, and as a result, I just put out snacks for my friends. This is better because I do save time on cooking, I guess. However, when my friends have come over in the last week, I still fed them because they were there without her. One of my friends happened to post a picture, and now she's bombarding me and a few of our other friends about how we're excluding her solely because she believes in animal rights. Now I'm conflicted. A bunch of my friends have agreed that it's annoying, but she's fighting for something she believes in and stuff like that. Am I the idiot? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. You aren't excluding her because she cares about animals. You're excluding her because she's an idiot. If she cared about animals, she'd be vegetarian vegan, or at least only buying kosher/halal/private farm meat where the animals are at least supposed to be butchered with care. Instead, she's eating the same junk the rest of us do, talking about it graphically, and playing innocent. I mean, could read The Jungle aloud at the next dinner party I go to. I just wouldn't expect to be invited back. I think you're kind to still allow her over. She'd be on a timeout from visiting my place. Comment 2. Not the idiot. Your friend needs to understand that her killing the mood isn't socially desirable and contributes negatively to the conversation. The fact that she said how gross and cruel the meal was and ate it anyway is a prime example of why she needs to keep those thoughts to herself instead of subjecting everyone to them. Comment 3. Not the idiot. How can she claim to be for animal rights while continuing to eat any meat you serve? The friend group should be able to get together and enjoy whatever you are serving without listening to her commentary. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.